Okay, read it.
Hare Krishna. Idam te natapaksha nabhaktya kadachana na shashruve vacham nachamam yo abhashyati. This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere, are devoted, or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. Purport Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Persons who have not undergone the austerities of the religious process, who have never attempted devotional service in Krishna consciousness, who have not tended a pure devotee, and especially those who are conscious of Krishna only as a historical personality or who are envious of the greatness of Krishna, should not be told this most confidential part of knowledge. It is, however, sometimes found that even demonic persons who are envious of Krishna, worshipping Krishna in a different way, take to the profession of explaining Bhagavad Gita in a different way to make business, but anyone who desires actually to understand Krishna must avoid such commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. Actually, the purpose of Bhagavad Gita is not understandable to those who are sensuous, even if one is not sensuous, but is strictly following the disciplines enjoined in the Vedic scriptures. If he is not a devotee, he also cannot understand Krishna. And even when one possesses himself as a devotee of Krishna, but is not engaged in Krishna consciousness activities, he also cannot understand Krishna. There are many persons who envy Krishna because he has explained in Bhagavad Gita that he is the supreme, and that nothing is above him or equal to him. There are many persons who are envious of Krishna. Such persons should not be told of Bhagavad Gita, for they cannot understand. There is no possibility of faithless persons understanding Bhagavad Gita and Krishna. Without understanding Krishna from the authority of a pure devotee, one should not try to comment upon Bhagavad Gita. Hare.
Hare Krishna. So yes, this verse talks about whom should we not speak Bhagavad Gita to, right? Krishna says there are people who are either envious of him or who who have never attended devotional service, who are not austere, not devoted, not engaged in devotional service, or who are envious. Four kinds of people we should not tell the supreme secret, right? Which are not austere, which cannot uphold any austerity as simple as following the religious principles, four regulative principles. We can tell them in the beginning, like the Bhagavad Gita is meant for people who are pious and innocent, but not the people who are of demoniac nature, who are envious of Krishna, or then they are not the right recipient. So only those who are favorable, who are the right recipients, right? So there are many people in the world who are envious of Krishna. They should not be told of Bhagavad Gita. For first of all, they won't understand, and in fact, it will cause more harm to them because they will commit. They will say some bad words for Krishna or something. They will do so, which will Krishna may not take objection, but Krishna's energies will definitely have uh, bad effect. Like they will incur a lot of bad reaction just by. So if we are not able to do any good to them, at least we should not do any bad also harm. So just refrain. That is the message from Krishna here. Refrain from telling this message to those who are not devotees or who are not engaged in devotional service or who are envious of Krishna. Okay. So then comes the question that why the devotees still go out and then distribute Bhagavad Gita, and we have open discourses of Bhagavad Gita in the temples where anyone can walk. And Prabhupada will answer that in the following verses. So just stay tuned. We'll discuss that. But in this verse, Krishna talks of four kinds of people who are not austere, not devoted, envious of Krishna, and not doing any devotional service. So this is only space. That's why Bhagavad Gita is meant to be discussed in devotee circles, not in a big open thing, right? Okay, let's go next one. So next one is the verse which will give, which is the benediction for the teacher or preacher. Whoever is a teaching Bhagavad Gita or preaching Bhagavad Gita, this message to masses, Krishna has a special benediction for them, special something special for them. So this gives us impetus to preach this message to everyone, right? So who wants to read next one? 1868.
I can read,
I
Prabhuji.
can read. Go ahead, Mataji.
Go ahead.
Ya idam paramam guhyam madbhaktasya abhidhashyati bhaktimai param kritva mame vashyat samshaya. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For one who explained the supreme secret of the devotee to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. Purport. Generally, it is advised that Bhagavad Gita be discussed amongst the devotee only. For those who are not devotees will understand neither Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna as he is and Bhagavad Gita as it is should not try to explain Bhagavad Gita whimsically and become offenders. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is a subject matter for the devotee only and not for philosophical speculators. Anyone, however, who tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional activities and reach the pure devotional state of life. As a result of such pure devotion, he is sure to go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol. So this is the pal or the benediction Krishna has given for anyone who is explaining this secret, supreme secret to the devotees, right? It says ya idam paramam guhyam. This is paramam guhyam. Guhyam means most secret, confidential secret. Param, most confidential secret. Whoever teaches this or preaches this message, for him, Krishna is saying two things. Pure devotional service is guaranteed. Shuddh bhakti is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. Everyone wants pure devotion service, right? That is the whole aim of engaging in devotion service, that we reach from the stage of impure to purity. Like at every stage we reach, and finally we reach pure devotional service, Shuddh Bhakti. And then he says at the end he will come back to me, that he or she, whoever teaches this message, will go back to the spiritual world and face Krishna face to face. This is the biggest boon. So that is the impetus, that is the extra bonus for, especially for teacher or preacher for Bhagavad Gita. All of you should be, if you want to be dearer to Krishna, then preach this message in whatever way you can. Right? There is lot of people still who are innocent and who still are looking for this. Just to give you example, just today, like I do this Bhagavad Gita class for newcomers also. Like here we are doing Bhakti Shastri, but newcomers. So I met one person and he is a Sikh, Sadaji. And the moment I just spoke to him few words, like there is a spiritual world and we are here in the material world, and then here there is a lot of suffering in spiritual world, no suffering. He was like, his eyes was wide open. There is a world which is beyond this material world where there is no suffering, nothing, and it's eternity. So he wants to know more about that, even though he's from different sect, Sikhism, but he wants to know. So he joined today's class and he sent me his message that thank you so much. He didn't know all these concepts. So like that, there are many innocent people out there who are who we are not able to reach, right? There are so many people, so much opportunity for each of us to preach this message. So, and Krishna is saying this is the most like everyone wants to serve Krishna. This is the service, I think one of the most important services which we could do, because ours is a preaching movement, right? Ours is a movement to preach. Prabhupada came with this message to preach, distribute books, preach. Whatever you know, just preach. So ours is a preaching movement, and Krishna is giving here the benediction that pure devotional service is guaranteed. At the end, he will come back to me. So whatever time, right now we are all grihasthas, but whatever time you can have, see who are the right recipients, like just and try to preach this message. Like, after doing this Bhakti Shastri, just go once more time by yourself and get this message, and then all of us have decent um, communication skills, like whatever language you are comfortable in. There is audience for everything. Like Mataji in our temple, she's doing Bhagavad Gita in Hindi, so she's comfortable in doing in Hindi. So there is audience to listen in Hindi. There is audience for English, Punjabi, any Gujarati, name it, and there are people too who wants to hear. Just a matter of presenting. Okay. So next one is just one line. Who wants to read that one? Next two verses can be read together.
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Verse 69. Na cha tasman manuyeshu kaschin me priya krittamah bhavita na cha me tasmad anaya priyataro bhuvi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear.
Very good. Next one also.
Text 70. Adhyeshyate cha ya imam dharmyam samvadam avayo jnanaya gyena tenaham tena aham ishtaha sayam iti me matihi. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And I declare that he who studies the sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah. So further here, Krishna is saying in 70 verse number 69, that there is no servant in this world who is more dear to me than he who preaches this message, nor will there be ever be one more dear. So this is the criteria, or Krishna himself is saying, the most important thing in devotional service is what is more pleasing to Krishna. That is the criteria of devotional service. Not that what pleases us more. The whole purpose of devotional service is what pleases him. He's saying that the one who preaches this message is the most dear to me, and there will never be one more dearer. Again, another verse which emphasizes the importance of preaching the message of Bhagavad Gita, teaching this to everyone. And in 70, he says that I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. So now it's previous two verses were benediction for teacher. This is the benediction for students who are there is benediction for everyone. So students who studies this sacred conversation, they will basically worship. That is the goal of Bhagavad Gita, that at the end of Bhagavad Gita, one should become a devotee of Krishna. He should not have even small doubt about that devotional service is the process and Krishna is the supreme personality. That is the whole purpose of Bhagavad Gita, to become a devotee. Many times people come and they say, like those who don't know the message, they want their children to know the Bhagavad Gita, right? But they themselves don't want to surrender or want to. So I always tell them that be sure that you want your children to be devotee, because by the end of reading Bhagavad Gita, they will become devotee. And if you are not devotee, then we don't want to create divide in the family, right? So be sure. That is the message, that who studies this sacred conversation, he will automatically starts worshipping by his intelligence. If he has read Bhagavad Gita in the right spirit under devotee association, this will automatically happen. He will become a devotee, he or she. So next, further, 1871. This is another benediction for students.
I can read.
Yes.
Shraddhavan anusyascha shranuyad apirya nara sopi mukta sabhallauka prapyat punya karmanam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In the 67th verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the Gita's being spoken to those who are envious of the God. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is for the devotees only. But it so happens that sometimes a devotee of the Lord will hold open class, and I am that class. Not all the students are expected to be the devotees. Why do such persons hold open class? It is explained here that although not everyone is a devotee, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. They have faith in him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If such persons hear from a bona fide devotee about the Lord, the result is that they become at once free from all sinful reactions, and after they attain to the planetary system where all the righteous persons are situated. Therefore, simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, even a person who do not try to be a pure devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Thus, a pure devotee of the Lord gives everyone a chance to become free from all sinful reactions and to become a devotee of the Lord. Generally, those who are free from sinful reactions, those who are righteous, very easily take to the Krishna consciousness. The one Punya Karmanam is very significant here. This refers to the performance of the great sacrifices like the Ashwamedha Yajna mentioned in the Vedic literature. Those who are righteous in performing devotional service but who are not pure can attain the planetary system of the pole star or Dhruva Loka, where Dhruv Maharaj is presiding. He is a great devotee of the Lord, and he has a special planet which is called the pole star.
Yes. So this is the second benediction. First benediction, he says that one who studies this sacred conversation, basically the student of Bhagavad Gita, he or she will worship Lord Krishna by his intelligence. Second, two conditions put, that listening with faith and without envy. Only two conditions. Not even trying to do any devotional service, or doing just by listening with faith and without envy, one becomes free from all sinful reactions. And even though he has not yet taken to the devotional service path, just by listening, he get that much pious credit that he goes to the planet where pious people lives. Like he goes to higher planets, even though he has not done any devotional service. Just by listening to this message with faith and without envy, this is the benediction Krishna is giving. Falshruti is called Falshruti. What is the result of hearing this conversation? Everything has Falshruti. So this is the Falshruti of this. Now, if someone becomes a devotee, starts doing devotional service, then definitely not just he will transcend this, he will go to the spiritual world. And that is guaranteed. So here in the purport, Prabhupada explains that why devotees go a step, devotees of the Lord open class, even though Krishna says Bhagavad Gita needs to be spoken amongst the devotees. And so devotees are taking a risk, and they are explaining this and openly publicizing this, doing a propaganda, so that innocent people the message can reach to the innocent people. The innocent people should not be deprived of this, right? Otherwise, there is no movement, right? It will remain confined in devotee circles. Like if we keep it as a secret and not explain to the world, then there won't be, we are basically depriving innocent people to for the chance. That's why when we go to book distribution or do anything, we give chance to everyone to take to this. Long back, someone gave us book or someone introduced it. That's why we also ended up. Imagine if this would have been just a secret amongst devotees and there's nothing done for propagating the message, then it will be there won't be any movement. It will become stagnant. So devotees do this for the benefit of mankind on the order of spiritual master. Like Prabhupada gave this order to preach this message, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also gave Jareda ko Tareko Krishna Updesh. Whoever you meet, just give him the Updesh of Krishna. Krishna Updesh is this Bhagavad Gita. Just give them the message of Bhagavad Gita. Now, whether he takes it or not takes it, that's his problem. That is his wish. But we have done our duty. We are doing so that when he, let's say he doesn't take, he goes back and he's a sinful person, goes back to the court of Yamaraj, he cannot say that I was not given a chance. Yamaraj will say, see, these many chances were given to you. Some devotee approached you with Bhagavad Gita, some devotee invited you to a temple. All those chances were given, but you chose not to take those. So now you have to suffer for your sinful reactions. But chance was given, and in this age, Kali Yuga, because of the benediction which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given, that his name will be chanted in every town and village. This is, we see practically people are taking interest in this message of Bhagavad Gita and chanting the Hare Krishna, doing Kirtan, all that. So Prabhupada says that simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, even a person who does not try to be a pure devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Right? Thus, the pure devotee of the Lord gives everyone a chance to become free from sinful reactions and to become a devotee of the Lord. Maybe not in this lifetime, but just by hearing Bhagavad Gita, he becomes enough pious credit that he will become a devotee of the Lord. Maybe in this lifetime, maybe next lifetime, but definitely, like he has burned all his sinful reactions and becomes eligible to practice bhakti. And those who are already freed from sinful reactions, who are righteous, they very easily take to Krishna consciousness, right? Because all of their previous sinful reactions are already done, burnt, and they have some of them, most of the people, Prabhupada used to say, most of the people who are joining ISKCON or Krishna conscious movement have already done bhakti in the previous life. So it's easy for them to just continue from where they left in the previous life and then they resume. Because it's just there, it's there in their sanskaras, previous past life impressions are there, and they immediately become attracted to the process and starts performing devotional service. One more thing is, even sometimes we see that here Prabhupada talks about people going to the Dhruv Loka, pole star, right? So Dhruv Maharaj has a special planet within this material world, Dhruv pole star, Dhruv Loka, which is considered spiritual. So those who had some material desires even after performing bhakti, Krishna will fulfill those desires, and they get a krama mukti, meaning the devotees, especially this is for devotees only who are taking the names of Lord, even though they have some desires, Krishna will fulfill. Like they may go to the higher planets, and after fulfilling those desires, from there itself they go to the spiritual world. Normally, it's written in the 7th chapter that one who goes to the higher planets have to come back. That's for Karmis, like the Karmis are the people whose only goal is to go to the heavenly planets. So they do karma kand to achieve that. So once their pious credit expire, they come back. But for devotees, it's called krama mukti. Devotee is performing devotion service bhakti, but he still has some desires. So Krishna will fulfill that desire in higher planets or wherever he wants to go. And then from there on, he can go to the spiritual world. does not have to come back. So that's the difference of someone performing bhakti and someone not performing bhakti. Okay.
Prabhu, one question, please. You said the Prabhupada said that who joined um, KC is gone, and that means they have previously
Yes.
some bhakti, right? So
Yes.
in that, like in my case, if I join that the ISKCON in like a 2029, sorry, not 2009 or 10. So then previously that which I didn't join or maybe didn't get a
From the
source
birth
come
to
on the
now.
or from the birth. So that means it's not on my what do you call karma or like I don't know. Why don't I join that before? Well, like not it was not my on my path or like so what was
So
the
what
reason
your question is, why didn't you join? Why didn't you get a birth in
in
the
the birth
devotee family?
in the birth time like
Yeah, why didn't
Yeah.
you do it from birth?
bhakti from the birth? Yeah.
Why did you get the bhakti from birth? That all depends on Lord Krishna. Like let's say someone has only someone has already done, let's say 60% bhakti, 40% is remaining. So maybe he joined little later. There is only 40% remaining. So Krishna will give him a chance sometime down in the life. He will join. Sometimes people join at the age of 50, 60. That's fine. It all depends on um, like because bhakti is independent of any material considerations, right? So when Bhakti Devi wants one to join, that's when things become favorable. In general, yes, Prabhupada says that those who have practiced in previous life, many of them come, but it could be that we are starting in this life also. We don't know our previous life. But sometimes I have seen devotees joining and from day very rapidly they make progress. Like sometimes they even start chanting 16 rounds from very beginning or reach to 16 rounds and do a lot of things in first year itself. That is a clear indication that this person has done in previous life. But why he didn't got birth in devotee family, it's all Krishna. But at least the birth has taken place in a decent family where there is some samskaras, there is some emphasis on or the like the climate or sorry environment was there, conducive environment or something was there to restart that process, right? So yeah, because here Krishna says, I think chapter 7, that one who has not finished, he will take birth either in devotee family or in the family of saintly people or in the family of people who are materially okay, rich. So one of that thing will happen. Either you take birth in the Vaishnav family or in the family of Brahmana or in the family of uh, or you will get the parents who at least don't have to worry about money or they have sufficient means. But when to start, what to start, all depends on our Krishna, Bhakti Devi, and yeah, and our inclination also. So that is the answer. It's like the children who are born in devotee families are getting that environment from the beginning, right? And Prabhupada also says that many demigods are waiting in queue to take birth in the family of devotees because they know this 10,000 years is a golden period in which it's very easy to practice bhakti, which is not possible in Swargalok because of so much opulence there. Not possible to practice. You need an environment also, right? Imagine in here we have an environment, we have a devotee association, so much going on, so we are able to practice. In Swargalok, even if someone wants to practice, but the environment is not that. There's a lot of enjoyment everywhere. You see enjoyment only. So then how will one practice? So that's why demigods are also waiting to take birth in the family of devotees. That's again Prabhupada mentioned. So you are Ras Mandal Prabhu, I think starting in 2009 also is good. I think.
Maybe
I
he
started sometime same time. 2008 I started, so more or less we both started more or less same time.
लेट हो गए ना प्रभु, थोड़ा सा
थोड़ा सा लेट हो गए यहाँ पर,
थोड़ा सा क्या, बहुत लेट हो गए हैं, अभी भी लेट ही चल रहे हैं।
तो बट अभी सीरियस हो जाएंगे तो हो जाएगा नहीं यार, यू आर गुड, अभी तो कर रहे हैं, सब कर रहे हैं जितना कर सकते हैं.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So, but other day I was reading one like Bhakti also it depends like one Bhakti Vinod Thakur was saying that it takes few lifetimes to perfect, to reach the stage of perfection. Few lifetimes it takes. So very rarely if you one can finish in one lifetime. Normally 3 to 4 lifetimes it takes to perfect, and maybe more. So we don't know which one, which is this,
Not
which is the
bad.
lifetime. Like, is it our first or second or third or whatever?
Yeah, but this is not also is very easy to involve in the bhakti. Some people they are not even that interested, not even to listen, right? But
Yeah,
this
yeah. So for that, Krishna is saying, leave them. Don't bother them. Just leave them. He's saying, just worry about the ones who are interested and just who wants to join, let them join. But those who don't want to join, Krishna also don't saying leave them alone, and like, because they themselves are not want to join. Krishna is not forcing everyone to take this. Right? Krishna is given that free will, so let them. Maybe they are not yet there. They don't have that pious credit. So for those kind of people, we have how we can help is give them agyat sukriti, meaning give them prasad or give them something religious, something devotional, where they don't have to do anything. Let's just eat. Eating everyone likes. Make cake and give them cake. That's all. That will give them enough sukriti. In future, they will join. Other than that, you can't do much there. Okay, next one, 1872.
I can read. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sloka number 72. Kachid echet srutam partha dvayaiकाग्रेण चेतसः कच्चित् अज्ञानसम्मोहः प्रणस्तेते Dhananjaya.
No need to read purport. Oh, sorry, just read translation.
Okay, translation by Srila Prabhupada Jai Srila. O son of Prita, O conqueror of will, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled?
Yeah. So here, as a spiritual master, that's his duty. Lord was acting as a spiritual master for Arjun, so it's his duty to inquire from Arjun whether he has understood the message or in proper perspective, whether his ignorance and illusions have dispelled, or Krishna was even ready to re-explain, like explain again any point which he wants clarification on. So, like a good teacher, he is asking any questions after every class. Teacher asks, right? Any questions? Anything which you could not understand, which you want me to repeat? Same thing. Krishna is telling him, have you heard this with attentive mind? And if your ignorance and illusions are dispelled, you want me to repeat any section and anything you want, or basically. Okay, so let's go next. Let's see what Arjun will say. So,
Prabhu.
yes.
I'll read.
Yeah. Just the translation.
Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now fired and free. I am now firm and free from doubt, and am prepared to act according to your instructions.
Okay. So here Arjun is saying, as a student, he's saying, yes, teacher, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory. by your mercy, I have regained my original consciousness. I am now firm, and I am also free from any doubt, and I am prepared to act whatever you want me to do. Let me know whom should I kill next, and I'm ready to start fighting. So the complete transformation happened from the time where Krishna was depressed and he left his bow and arrow down, and now he's ready to fight again, uh, just because every his illusion is now gone, and he's ready to accept Lord Krishna's instruction. Okay, so this is the message for us, is that we also have to act according to the order of Supreme Lord, and all of us needs to have a spiritual master, and spiritual, whatever spiritual master instructs, he will all obviously instructs based on the capacity of the disciple, and his instruction will be in line with Krishna's instruction. We just need to follow those instructions, and if we are not clear about anything, feel free to ask again and again and again till we are clear. Okay. And in this verse, there is a word called moha, where second line Arjuna vacha nashto moha smritir labda. Moha means his illusion is now gone. Very important, because this is illusion is the one which is which basically hides the real knowledge, right? Till we have illusion, this moha, the real knowledge. And what is the real knowledge? That every living entity is an eternal servitor of the Lord. Jivera Swarup Hoy Nitya Krishna Das. Till this moha is there, the person will not come to this realization. The moment he comes to this realization, meaning his moha is gone. Because once you accept that and you realize that you are the servant of the Lord eternally, then you will just work as what the Lord wants you to do. But people want them to be the master. They don't want to be the servant. They want them to be the master of this world. They want everything to be done as per their plans. That doesn't happen in reality. They think that is the illusion. They think they are the control, they are the master. Ultimately, instead of becoming the servant of Krishna, they become the servant of Maya. So then Maya makes them dance according to her tunes, and give them this illusion that they are in control, but they will get little happiness and then a lot of beating from Maya. Uh, so that is the plight of those people. Yeah. And this illusion, moha, can only be overcome by the mercy of Lord, or by mercy of a pure Vaishnava devotee. And when this illusion is gone, then one can agree to act in Krishna consciousness. He will take to this devotional service. So those who are ready to take to devotional service, who are ready to accept spiritual master, ready to accept Sarvadharman Parityaja words, that means their illusion has gone. Those who are not ready, that means they are still in illusion. So they still want to be in control. Okay, so we'll go to next one, 1874.
I can read, Prabhu.
Yes.
Should I read the whole thing or just the translation and the Sanskrit?
Yeah, just Sanskrit and translation.
Okay. Sanjay Uvacha Iti aham vasudevasya parthasya cha mahatmana samvadam imam ashrausham adbhutam roma harshanam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sanjay said, "Thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end." Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Sanjay was another recipient of this message, and he was seeing live, as we know, as only Arjun was seeing live everything, and Sanjay was reciting this to Dhritarashtra, because first verse where Dhritarashtra says what is happening on the battlefield, and then Sanjay was explaining all this. Okay, so Sanjay has a special mercy by his spiritual master Vyasadeva, where he had those divine eyes, and now he's concluding, and Sanjay is saying that, "Thus I have heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and my hairs are standing by." So he's in ecstasy and his hairs are standing, and he accepted these instructions, and Dhritarashtra also listened, but for Dhritarashtra it didn't happen. his hair did not stand. He got more worried now because he was clear that his sons will not be able to win this. And he was, his illusion, Dhritarashtra's illusion or Dhritarashtra's worry that whether his sons will win or lose, it became apparently clear to him by the end of the time, Bhagavad Gita, that wherever there is Krishna, that party will always win, and Krishna will always be on the side of Dharma. So Dhritarashtra knew that.
So it reminded me of the story of Gokarna and Dundukari when, Gokarna was speaking Srimad Bhagavatam. And
Right.
only Dundukari was liberated. Rest were still listening and they didn't. Because they were also there. Lots of all the villagers were there.
But they were not listening with that rapt attention, which Dundukari was listening.
Yeah,
This
same
is
thing with Sanjay and Dhritarashtra.
Same thing, Sanjay. Sanjay was listening and he was enjoying, or he was relating. And Dhritarashtra was also listening, but his worry is more for, he has so much attraction for his children, for his sons, even though they were all demoniac. And as a father, he failed because he could have avoided this. He was a king. If he would have said no, this war will not happen, we'll give back what Pandavas are asking, that is their righteous thing, and this war would have been avoided, and all his 100 sons would be saved from killing. But he just kept quiet and let this happen. So, and then, okay, next one, 1875.
Can you read the translation or?
Yeah, just the translation. Now, this is more of a inclusion, like,
By the mercy of the Vyasa, I have heard this most confidential talk directly from the master of all the mysticism, the Krishna who was the speaking personally to Arjuna.
Yeah, the first paragraph maybe you can read only first.
Vyasa was the spiritual master of the Sanjay, and Sanjay admit that it was by Vyasa's mercy that he could understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This means that one has to understand the Krishna not directly but through the medium of the spiritual master. The spiritual master is the transparent medium, although it is true that the experience is still direct. This is the mystery of the disciplic succession. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear the Bhagavad Gita directly as Arjuna heard it. That there are many mystics and yogis all over the world, but Krishna is the master of the yoga system. The Krishna instruction is explicitly stated in Bhagavad Gita, surrender into Krishna. One who does so is the topmost yogi. This is the confirmed in the last verse of the sixth chapter. A yogi nam api sarva isam.
Okay, so here the point which Vyas is saying, Sanjay is saying, that it is because of the mercy of his spiritual master Vyasadev that he is able to hear this most confidential talks from Lord Krishna himself. So the message here is that it is only through the mercy of spiritual master that one can understand Krishna. Without the mercy, one cannot directly approach Krishna. So spiritual master is a transparent medium between living entities and the Krishna. That is why spiritual master is very, very essential to have. Without that, without Guru, without serving the Guru, without following the instruction of Guru, without having, one may not be able to achieve to Krishna. It's Krishna's mercy only, through his Krishna's mercy or blessings only, that one gets the Guru. It's interrelated. When the mercy of Krishna happens, then one gets the Guru, and from the mercy of Guru, then one gets the Krishna. Both are interrelated. And spiritual master is a transparent medium. Understand this. Whatever service we do in devotional service, spiritual master is a medium. So he carries that service literally and offers it to his spiritual master, who offers it to his spiritual master. It goes to entire chain of disciplic succession, all the way to the Brahma. And then Brahmaji offered to the, because he is our first in this chain of disciplic succession. Right? Brahmaji offered it to then the Manjari offered it to the Sakhis, then it goes to Srimati Radharani, and Srimati Radharani offers it to Krishna. That is the medium. Now imagine if one wants to directly approach Krishna, it's almost impossible. You want to take the position of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani has only authority to offer directly service, not even Ashtasakis, not even any Manjaris. They also go via the medium of Radharani. Right? So those who say we want to directly approach Krishna, it's the same as saying that we want to become Srimati Radharani. Like, not possible. So we have to follow the disciplic succession and have a guru. And same thing. So our service is going through guru to the all the way to Krishna, and the mercy is also flowing to guru, because the mercy is flowing to the disciplic succession, all the guru parampara, and it comes to our guru, and then he gives it to the disciple. He's a medium, transparent medium between Jiva and the Lord Krishna.
Right. Prabhuji, I have a quick question.
Yes.
The sent on WhatsApp the other day. What are your opinion on that?
Oh, the one which you posted where Prabhupada says. But yeah, that is good. That is for, yeah. So someone asked Prabhupada, yeah, I know about this, that unless one becomes a disciple, Prabhupada says the one who is studying my books, he's automatically initiated, right? But he still had the process of initiation, where he created first initiation, second initiation, just because there is a Vedic process of Diksha. I was telling you other day, right? Diksha kale, bhakt kare atma samarpan, sahi kale. At the time of initiation, one surrenders to the spiritual master, take the vows, be in the front of Lordship, have fire sacrifice. So again, that is there, what Prabhupada says. Yes, but then this gives this doesn't mean that we don't need spiritual master. We still need the spiritual master, because it's a two-way process. Let me tell you. So disciple needs to accept the guru. Guru also needs to accept disciple, both ways. Now, for encouragement, Prabhupada has told multiple times like this, many times. So he's our already Acharya, founder Acharya. He's our what you call Shiksha Guru. But we still need Diksha Guru. And that was the point of contention between